G'day, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Alabar Jones here. Today, we have a real doozy of a thing for you. It turns out that if you've been watching the earlier videos about an honest alien, you would have met Cleon, or Claude, as we called him. And he is the faction commander of a minor alien faction who's working for the bad guys, doing experiments on humanity. And we met him through Nara, who is one of his subjects, victims, paramours. It's a very, very rich and nuanced relationship, we'll put it that way. But he was also very interested in talking to me, and he's had a few different discussions about the next iteration of Earth, what the new economy will look like, and how he seems very, very certain things are going to change here on Earth, and he wants to be on the winning side of history. So he has sent us a proposal, which I'm treating as an intelligence exercise. It's something that tells us what they're thinking, but I don't want to be in treaty with beings who've done all of those terrible things to humanity, have treated us like cattle. I don't want to be in treaty with them. But I'll read off the proposal, and it was channeled to Nara, and then she wrote it to me in an email. And so I'll read that off to you so you can tell me what you think, because we're still interpreting it. And I would love to hear how you feel about what it is in the comments. So please let us know what you're thinking. And just before we get into it, I would love to let you know that I am running a course in astral projection very, very soon. The course takes about a year. It's incredibly comprehensive, and it might be one of the best courses in the world. And I might dare say, even the galaxy. Am I overstretching it there? Who knows? But it is, check it out on my website. It is, after all of the years of the work I've been doing, this is the best education I can think up, and it's what I wish someone had shown me right from the very beginning. And also, if you're excited about the work we're doing and you want to get involved, that's the training that leads into our astral projection teams. And we already have several people who graduated that course who are flying with our group. So if you want to get involved and you don't know how to astral project, please do that course, because it leads into the teams. And we get to be part of something original. We get to be part of something completely new on the Earth. So click on the links. Okay, so I'm going to read out this email word for word. There are a few grammatical errors, but that's what you get for dealing with international people. So firstly, Cleon Claude asked me to tell you that they, Cleon, herself, and 3 more of his MS team, could gain the support of more than 200 individuals from their own people to campaign in favor of Earth's liberation. Because they understand that this can cause a chain reaction in this galaxy that can promote more ethical business and therefore more safe waters to navigate for themselves also. Second, they told that they cannot have AI in them, and that they have used AI as minimally as possible around them when they are here dealing with Earth military. They have to keep using organic technology because of their physical structure. So they are also starting a personal campaign against AI in the galaxy. Third, they said that they had a meeting with the Pleiadians on the 4th of August at the Pleiadians' request, because Nara's liberation and destruction of slave contracts opened precedents in this specific frame of reference, making some people consciously and others through unconscious spontaneous astral projection demand the same liberation based on the same arguments of rights that you and Cleon presented. They said that the Pleiadians got a little angry and uncomfortable because the viewers of your channel learned exactly how to do this, representing themselves, representing their ones, and representing their own planet. The Pleiadians asked them to refrain themselves and to free others. So Cleon believes that this kind of conscious order of liberation under those very precise arguments could be taught to everybody on Earth until each of us can represent ourselves in any circumstance. Isn't that big news? Isn't that big news, right? Here and, but wait, there's more. They said that regard all of these 3 points above, the friends of the Earth, like the feud between themselves, can campaign and fight for it in this density/dimension. While your group and groups like yours can keep fighting in the astral, one work complements the other. Note, they told me about a huge bloody war that is happening right now in this galaxy, that is for sure helping in the liberation of Earth. Do you remember that Elena said too much empire? I believe that Shirk herself can work out more details. And they're saying that the AI is engaged in a war with another group, and so their resources are very stretched, which helps us. Cleon said that they asked for some of their own people who actually work with the deep state to make the telephone calling that I requested. But all of them refused, saying that it's a very dangerous thing to do because since they currently work there and that they would do it if they could face a real and imminent danger that would be bigger than that to face the specific evil collective. I think they don't want to be caught out giving me a telephone call. I think calling me would mark you for sedition. So that's why they're not calling me. I still think it's a big fat excuse, and I'm not happy about it. Like, it makes me wonder if these guys, how real these guys are. But they're short talking a real talk. Anyway, I'll get to that at the end of the video. A cleansing of Earth, firstly, and then followed by cleansing of these other planets and areas, also from the bad to the worst, causing a positive shockwave in the rest of the galaxy. Now, what they're trying to do here is paint a picture of dominoes falling. So if we can save Earth, then the next place, and then the next place. But I'll list off what they're telling us because this is in part an intelligence gathering exercise. Venus, then Mars, then Jupiter and its moon Ganymede. That is where they have many deep spacecrafts parked. Saturn and its moon Phoebe. By doing so, they expect the solar system can be free. Number 2, only Hera in the Taygeta system plus the entire Alcyone star system. The sun rotates around Alcyone, which will already receive a blast of that cleansing energy made in this solar system. And then Hera alone and the entire Alcyone star system get cleansed, and the rest of the Pleiades will be affected, but not the entire Taurus constellation yet. In the Aldebaran system, there is more resistance in the planet Sumi-An, but specifically in the planet Sumi-Ur. The hope is that after Hera and the Sumi-Ur, specifically all Taurus constellations will be cleansed. All right, part 4, then is when they expect some positive changes in the Vela constellation, Suhail star system, planet Kila, where the resistance will be even stronger towards the liberation of Earth. And because of this, they're already working on it from now. They don't want to keep doing the same kind of business, and they don't want their future, and they don't, this is a grammatical twist, and they don't want to engage in a future unethical business under AI procedure. After, we should fight the 2 worst races of the Lion constellation. Yeah, not a bad laundry list of things to do. The Abani, planet Edamera in the Betelgeuse system, and they are one of the most deeply involved races with AI, and they are what I call the Great Nothing. The Indugt, which is spelled Indugutk, Indugt. far out, what a word. Planet Ured Prime in the Bellatrix system. They are the most violent and psychopathic races, and that they know personally, and they have deals with Russia and China. If these two races from Orion fall, then the ones from Rigel and Solipside Rye, also from Bellatrix, become a minor problem. Number 6, the Ciakahrr, which I pronounce as, it's a spell as Ciakahrr. Their main home, I've heard that somewhere before too. Their main home is the entire Draco constellation. Not only the tall whites, but many other races have lived under their threats constantly since millennia ago. According to Cleon, the main problem is that they can perform interdimensional travel easier than anyone. So they use it to their malevolent purposes of empire and subjugation. But the good news is that by destroying or making weaker their heads, the entire hierarchical pyramid composed by their sub-races, subjects, and supporters falls. So many races are in alliance with them just out of fear. 7, worst of the worst is the Mitra. They are originally from a planet that sounds similar to Megopei, Megopei, Mogopei, in another galaxy from Andromeda. The tall whites particularly detest them and do everything to avoid them. And even the Ciakahrr also avoid them as much as they can. They do the most terrible things here in the Milky Way galaxy to all races. They are almost 100% immersed in AI and in negative dark occult practices, using AI and technology for this. They have very little organic and natural capacity. All right. And that list is finished. And so what Cleon's describing there is the steps to liberate the galaxy. And none of them is easy, but at least there's an outline for it and something to get our hopes up about. Cleon said that he didn't mention the insectoids because he believes that they will fall automatically when their partners in alliance fall. Their real origin is in the Sombrero galaxy, but I'm not sure in parentheses. He also confessed that some of the most horrible agreements involving earthly and human traffic is that his race, the Tili Tokurt, which in Brazilian Portuguese, they call them the Kili Tokurte. So, yes, that. So he also confessed that some of the most horrible agreements involving Earth-human traffic that his race ever made was with the Arcturians. But he believes that while the support of Earth's liberations increases, the Arcturians will be morally and circumstantially forced to follow this. Remember, it's very much important to start in the solar system because then a wave of positive vibrational energy, also known as hope, can hit Alcyone and all of the dominoes can start to fall. He hopes that most factions will surrender before Reach due to the benefits of the new paradigm. But he says you'll have to have different expectations regarding the Iban, the Ilugut, the Ciakahrr, and the Mitra, which he outlined. Finally, Cleon asked to tell you that he is really about to go away for good, but his team of mind scientists, composed of 4 individuals, 3 of them being of high military rank males, are available to be channeled by some of your team. Thank you, Alabar, and thank you very, very much, Nara, for all of the hard work you've done. To be a translator for an alien group, that ain't easy. And the message is quite clear, and you've come across quite well. Ooh, what does it all mean? Now, the Kili Tokurt, this little group here. Cleon's an honest guy, but he wants to end up on the right side of history, and he's made some sort of offers before, so that and what he's describing is a turning of the tide. What he's describing in general is that there is a pathway for the galaxy to turn good. And the reason why they're talking to us is because they want to be part of that. Now, do we believe it? Is this just another waste of time? And what is the value of engaging in any treaty with these guys? And I can't see any reason to trust them. Like, as he said, some of the worst human trafficking violations were engaged in by his faction, the Kilit Kurt, under his leadership. So I'm just wondering, like, why? Like, he's talking to us. We're talking to him about Nara, but he wants to expand the conversation about Earth. And I really think that this is a distraction. I think the first deal that they offer, not that I actually hear a deal in this. There's like a exopolitical update, and the exopolitical world is a disaster area. Nobody understands what's going on. There's just, like in all diplomatic circles, like there's stories and counter stories and crossed wires and manipulation and misleading stories and half truths and drama everywhere. So he's trying to outline something for us, and I just wonder, do we want to engage in the messy soup that is exopolitics? And the answer is not yet. Like, our team, I'm sure we'll set up an embassy in time for other species who want to talk to us Earthlings. That'll be wonderful. But for now, just there's nothing to do here. Right? This is the first offer that they make, that the dark side's making. This is the first overture they're making. And, and I think the correct policy is to ignore it. I don't know what we expect to gain, but what I do find most fascinating is that he's talking about the new economy. And my understanding is that Earthlings are the most powerful beings in the galaxy. And all of the demons report that the loosh that comes from Earthlings is the sweetest around. Like, it's the richest, most nutritious from anywhere they're harvesting in the galaxy, because human emotion is so rich and complex. And because our DNA is also so rich and complex, it's something that's traded, which is one of the reasons why human bodies are passed around in the galaxy, or Earthling bodies are passed around in the galaxy. And body parts are of very high value as well. But he's talking about a new economy. He's talking about the galaxy, the most precious resource not being our DNA, but he's trying to feel for what comes next. And that's a sign that, from an intelligence point of view, that's a sign that we're winning, that Earth, by all reports, is the first planet to ever reject complete takeover by the AI. First one ever. And I think he's right in at least one sense, in that if Earth succeeds in gaining its independence, it will become the banner that all the enemies of the AI will flock to. And I suspect it will make Earth the capital of the galaxy. But, anything's possible, mate. Who knows? So we're doing this. I don't think it's anything to get excited about, except as a good signal about what's going on Earth. So, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Like and subscribe this video, because it helps everything and everybody. And my love to you all. Bye for now.